Yes, sir.
Yeah, I said fuck Xbox, fuck all these Xbox, fuck every Xbox their channel. Won't give a damn. It's PlayStation for life. You don't get it? Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do this, my ponies. Let's go to war. What? Say what? Yeah. I double tip on The Last of Us. Woo. Yeah, I double tip on the director's cuts. Woo. Double tip on every damn release. Damn right. Yeah, Jim Ryan is my motherfucking boss. The boss. Yo, and we don't care about no layoffs. Yeah, all the shine are gonna keep it on the low. Shh. We be sucking on every damn toe. Yum. Because Sony PlayStation gets the love. Yeah, so all hell Sony, we be your ponies. You can take my wife, you can take my money. I'm obsessed with the God of War. Yeah, all my ponies ready to go to war. The PlayStation high all over my head. Pentimeter PS5, 120 FPS. Blue team is the set, throw it up. I never had sex, I only care about sales. I said what I said. Woo! Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. The love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. The love, pony love. Only PlayStation gets my love. Only Sony gets my love. The love, pony love. Yeah. I see you Xbox. I see you playing on Game Pass for free. Nah, man, we don't do that over here. We pay $70 a game. Yeah, you Xbox be broke. You so stupid, so goofy. Fuck you, Demo Flow. Fuck you. Like and subscribe. Yeah, if you wanna see me more on Demo Flow Gaming channel. Fuck this dude, I'ma pop in the shot every time. Yeah, but I'm here to show my pony love. And you with it. Say what, say what, say what, say what.
Yo, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Devil Flow Gaming Show, where I share my passion for gaming and keep you informed of everything that's going on in the gaming industry. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, the new Q box or whatever, all that shit, man. We back in the building. Happy 2026 to all of you, man. So happy to be here, hanging out. Let's get it. Let's talk about gaming. Who dominated 2025? Who's going to dominate 2026? And so on and so forth. Who did what they did? Who did their thing? Who got motion? And who doesn't? So for that, I got, my right hand, bro. And look, Power Boss is in the house. Y'all need to put your hands up, man, because Power Boss be putting on for the community. He's everywhere, bringing everybody together, with the positive vibes and, with the knowledge that he has. What's going on with you, player? How you been? Glad to have you here. See you in 2026 for the first time. What's popping?
Oh, it's great. Having fun gaming as always.
Hell yeah, man.
Sorry for not having the show yesterday, y'all.
Yeah.
Came up,
yeah.
It's all good. We're here now.
We're here now, man. I like this schedule. Let's see what we do. Maybe next week we do something around this hour, depending on how I do our work. I got the opportunity to get out early today, which is why I'm here. At this moment, I'm supposed to be at work, but first Saturday of the year, people, they don't really want to work and shit. Everybody was like, let's get the hell out of here and go home. But anyways, yeah, yesterday we were supposed to have the show, but my mother-in-law, she got sick and she could have come, take care of the baby like she was supposed to, and spend time with him. So I had to watch him, and it is what it is, man. Like, sometimes you're a dad and you got to put your kids before everything, and that's just the way it's supposed to be. I actually enjoy spending my time with him, but I also miss talking with y'all, with the community, and and getting into gaming topics and nerding out in all this wave of information and things that we're going through now. Gaming is popping. I was yesterday. Shout out to C Money and Doodle. I was yesterday at their show, and we had a blast, man. It was like a more chill show. We were like, we're like free speaking, right? Like we were like not really following that many topics, and we're just like catching up. And it was amazing. We were speaking about how amazing gaming looks for 2026, and everybody in the chat was excited. Everybody was like, popping off with like, the games that they are the most excited about. And it's just like overall good vibes in the gaming industry, except for the price of hardware that unfortunately the prices have gone up with the RAM and the computers. And that's due to the AI. And we were talking about also, we got into a topic, Power Boss. Maybe you want to chime in. How cryptocurrency affected gaming when it happened. Definitely because of the price of the graphic cards and they were using to, crypto mine and all this stuff. And that way, it was insane, right? The price hike and everything. It's sort of like the same situation, but now with AI, it's a little bit more scary because cryptocurrency and all of that is sort of like dying. But I can see like a future in which we cannot live with artificial intelligence anymore, the same way that we cannot live without our phones. And that was like the first step, or without internet, right? We became dependent on internet and science and shit. But we get used to the good stuff fast, right? Like, I can throw you in the desert, Power Boss, with, you might survive. It might take a little bit of, for your body and mind to get used to like those conditions. But when you are put on a 5-star hotel, with like mimosas every morning, like free range eggs for breakfast, you're like, oh shit, like, you get used to it pretty quick. Like you already adjusted, you are living your best life. And, we sort of got used to it, the way that technology is advancing and how convenient everything is now. And part of it goes to gaming and how gaming has changed from back in the day that I had to go to like the hood to go and interchange my, cartridges back with the Sega. And now I just can, log in, download whatever game I want to play on Game Pass or whatever service I use and just play, even without a console, even with the phone and all of that. So it's amazing. Sounds like gaming is heading towards a good direction. And bro, I can't wait to see what the hell is up, for 2026. So yeah, hit the like button. Guys, come on, man. Just do it. You're already here. You might as well go ahead. Like, you know what I mean? It takes you a second. Hit the like button. It helps us, be shared more on YouTube and, all the platforms, Kick, and shout out Twitch and all of that. And I'll be adding more. I know I keep saying that, but I'll be adding more, and I don't do it, but I will be adding more streaming services for your convenience. And I know sometimes it doesn't look good, like, just 10 people watching, but like when you come and you got 10 people watching here, 5 here, 2 there, it all adds up, and then it ends up like, having more monthly active users, which is like the same thing that, Xbox and everybody's doing, because now we got Sean Layden, bro, after like writing a bunch of essays and going to a lot of interviews, clapping his cheeks, for exclusives. Now he's like, oh, we shouldn't be doing that. Now he's like, he's back on his word and shit. But, it's okay, right? Because we all believe things are going to play out one way and then shit change. And this is like what we're talking about. Like this gaming that we're experiencing right now has nothing to do with the gaming that we did back in the early 90s, even early 2000, even 5 years before pandemic. It's totally different. Like everything has changed, like to the point that, it's like, it might be recognizable for some people who, play games in the past. Like if somebody go to jail for like 20 years and they come back and grab a controller and play, like they'll be like, what the hell? What is this? You would
completely different.
Yeah, we don't notice the change, but it's definitely there. Shout out to chat. I see you, man. You guys are the most important part of the show. But yeah, I know I got carried away. I just miss talking to you guys. And, I wanted to say, man, shout out to everybody who come to Joe Verb Brizzle 9563. Shout out to him. It's screaming DOA and whatnot. Shout out to you, homie. We got Jules in the building. Yeah, we here. We canceled the show yesterday, but for today, I was like, I'm free. Let me go ahead and bring you guys some content, talk about gaming. Y'all already know, man. We got the game adaptation, Lucas. Shout out to him. And shout out to Adidas 20 who super shouted yesterday. he way before the show. Shout out to Adidas 20. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's and holidays with your loved ones. And you already know, man. Ah, Demo DMX. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been doing my thing in the mic too. I've been like, I don't know if you guys heard the last snippet that I put. I put up a short. I might play a little some here during the stream if you're around. So hit the like button if you want to listen to some shit. High power boss. We got Jamo V9U. TF, the fuck? I don't know what he's talking about, but shout out to him.
Probably the fact that a show popped up out of nowhere.
The intro had me crying, man.
She just started playing E33.
Nice. Now, E33 is an amazing game. Shout out to the Arcade Nexus, man. What's popping, bro? He said, I didn't know today was a show. No, there was like no show today. It was supposed to be yesterday, but I went through some shit, and here we are, man. So, yeah, just glad, that you're around tuning in, man. Shout out to you. Glad to have you around. You already know the vibes, man. Ponies are still in denial about their games going multi-platform. I don't know if you've seen, but there's like a lot of information about it now, how they want to run shit. You got something to say?
Oh my God. The funniest thing about that whole multi-platform strategy thing that they keep denying, if you go to PlayStation's own website, they have an entire beta program for playing games on PC. And on top of that, Square Enix is going to be the first ones, even though it's not PlayStation specific, that they specifically are saying, hey, we did exclusivity in the past. We haven't hit numbers with our last two games, at least, both Rebirth and 16. And we're going to be putting the third game everywhere multi-platform day one.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to say, no, it's still got an exclusivity deal. And they just don't want to hear it. I was arguing with somebody this morning, actually, that was saying that.
Yep. Yeah, they keep on arguing about exclusivity. I see all the same mutual ponies. And I was telling behind the scenes yesterday to Simone and Duna, I was telling like, bro, like, this Sony PlayStation guys that want, the purists, right? They want gaming to be the same forever. They're in for a rude awakening because let me tell you, shit is changing and they're going to feel the pressure when PlayStation follows suit with the thing that they do the most, which is like copy Xbox. They always copying Xbox. And it's just like funny, not to say that they don't have success, not to say that they don't have, quality IP, it's not that. It's just like they don't have the balls to be like, okay, we're going to be the first ones at doing this. And it's always Xbox, right? Putting like, like we said, metiendo la pata, like putting in their fee, like, you know what I mean? Like the first ones, right? The first wave, like they always like, okay, we're going to do this thing called online gaming. We're going to go all in. We're going to give you guys a service that's crazy. And we're going to have party chat and we're going to be able to send messages to each other. And sort of like social media be doing gaming. And there goes PlayStation. Go ahead and follow suit, try to do the same. The same thing happened with, with the rest of the shit that like multi-platform approach. Like, now PlayStation wants to do it. And look, we are not criticizing PlayStation for doing it. That's not a criticism that I think PlayStation, where our criticism should go when it comes to PlayStation. Because I think these ponies and PlayStation fanboys and hardcore gamers like that, they got it twisted. There's really nothing wrong with games going multi-platform. That means that more people get to play those games, bro. And that's ultimately a good thing, yo. Shout out to Adidas 20, man. Shout out to the homie, man. He says, salud. See you guys in March. Yeah. Let's get it together, man. Let me know when you're coming with time, Adidas, and then we are gonna arrange, and then we try to get something done, bro, around here in South Florida. Salute to Adidas, Jules, and chat. Salute to all of you, man. Y'all are amazing, and I'm just happy that to have this wonderful community, and it's just like a vibe to come over here and talk games with y'all. So
And Arcade hit it on the head with what he said just prior to the super chat. PlayStation games will be on Xbox with or without direct port, thanks to the Windows and Xbox fusion. This is what people don't understand. It's over. And he's 100% correct because Xbox has always been on a Windows based platform.
Yeah, it's
Now they're
convenient
just
for
making
them.
it that you can lift the veil and see behind the scenes, so to speak, and actually access the desktop features and give more control over the console ecosystem. When that's what they don't seem to understand.
Yeah, I feel like people still like locked into the console sale thing. They still want to compare console sales. They still want to do like, you know,
I saw a meme earlier. Uh,
yeah.
Xbox in 2025 was talking about games, and PlayStation was talking about sales. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a fanboy holding up like 12 games for PlayStation. And it's like, you should be crying, Xbox. All your games are ours. And then here's the Xbox fanboy, just cartoon AI generated image. And it's like a whole slew of games that are just
Yeah,
listed down the wazoo.
for
Yeah, sure.
every
Some of the
game.
Xbox games are on PlayStation, but
Yeah,
there's games that Xbox has that PlayStation didn't get.
and they're not getting. Apparently, they're not getting. I mean, look at all the other games that they're not getting. They are getting
They're not getting
what
Clockwork, Fable. We don't know if they're going to get Gears E Day.
they haven't gotten
Day one, anyway.
avowed.
They haven't gotten
Avowed,
Avowed. They haven't gotten Starfield,
right? I
South of
mean,
Midnight.
I think it's cool, okay? Because it looks like Sony PlayStation is the place in which you go to wait for games now, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, whatever happened to like, we got here first and we're the first ones to play this. And when it's PlayStation doing it, everything is like, okay, awesome. But when Xbox does it, it's like, like I don't really get it. It's like, okay, Xbox, right? When it comes to the games, they're delivering, they doing their thing. They are dropping games, right? Other platforms like, Sega, they dropping games, more games than PlayStation. It's insane how far behind PlayStation as a producer of games, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what you're expecting for them. Because you could argue that the console is the best, according to ponies. Yes, it is. It's selling, that's cool. Yeah, but like, what do you do with it? What are the games that define that make that console so special when they're the same games that Xbox and Nintendo and the other rest of the platforms have? And PC, yeah. I mean, I don't really get it. I know that you didn't buy a PlayStation just to play God of War every 3 years, or played, I know, every version of The Last of Us, whatever part every year. I know you didn't buy a PlayStation just for that, because honestly, it's really like, look at the future, 2026. What games does PlayStation has announced? Like
Well,
that for real have a day and they say 2026,
Okay.
that like that
As
nobody
far
can
as
say.
PlayStation published, too.
Maybe 2 or 3, but look at all the games that Xbox had this year. And it's like, okay, look, I get it. PlayStation 4 generation was amazing for them, right?
Yeah.
But that was last season. That was last season. But this season, I want to see PlayStation doing something. And it's true. They had, a couple of bangers at the beginning of the generation. You could, they had the Ratchet and Clanks, they got War Ragnarok, they had what was the other game that I mean, you can really
Forbidden West.
exactly games like that you might say, okay, it's worth getting a PlayStation to get those, but like they don't come so often, or not even at the same rate that Xbox and other publishers are doing. Think about it. Sega, bro, they got like 4 or 5 games each year, that they drop. Even Capcom is doing their thing as well.
Just remember, though, PlayStation launched one published game this year that they own, and that was Ghost of Yote.
Mm-hmm.
They can't claim Death Stranding 2, even though it was a console exclusive, not launched anywhere else, because, it was probably set in stone in contract before. And
Yeah.
then, they have Lost Soul Aside, which launched PC day and date.
Right.
Marathon got delayed. Fair Games is in developer hell because they lost Jade Redmond.
Right. Bungie's Marathon in danger.
Bungie, after the whole Ark heist, is in danger, and Ark Raiders came out, which is doing everything far better in the extraction shooter genre. You got Escape from Duckov, which is a spin-off, Hades style, over the top of the same thing.
I've seen it.
You have
Escape from Tarkov itself.
You have Escape from Tarkov itself, yeah. We have games that they know about, but no release windows, like Wolverine. Sorrow supposedly has a release window. GTA 6 got delayed till the end of the year, and I have a feeling it might get delayed again.
Yeah, it might be.
And we only know a handful of other games. So this whole generation, they've put out more first-party games, but most of them are remakes and remasters. They only have like 8 that are new IPs.
Yeah, new IP, I think the only one that they had was Returnal, and that was like a PlayStation 4 game. And Ghost of Tsushima, which is also PlayStation 4. Like new IPs that you are like, okay, this is a new PlayStation game, and we don't even know where this shit came from. Like the Heretic, what is it, Intergalactic? That's a new IP.
Intergalactic, yeah.
That's a new IP.
Release date for that.
But exactly. And the same for Wolverine. Wolverine is confirmed for 2026. I mean, I see Jules down there saying that it's confirmed, right?
No, it's not confirmed.
It's not confirmed?
It was speculated.
Well, it was speculated. Yeah, speculated. So, yeah, that's the thing.
But
and
just from
that's
the
only
Xbox side alone, we know Fable, Gears E-Day, Forza Horizon 6, although I have a feeling that might be a 2027 release.
Forza. I think Forza is,
we have, State of Decay 3. I can't ever get that off my mind.
But I think that's further.
We've got less than 2 weeks, and we're already going to be getting a developer direct from Xbox, which is going to show anywhere from 3 to 6 games, probably. We have a June showcase that we know they always show about 30 games.
Mm-hmm.
They've already said that they're promising more than double, from 30-something to about 72 games that are just going to be put into the service this year alone. And that's not including what we don't know about. Yeah, sure. We got Replace that's coming out. That game looks great. PlayStation has Code Violet from Team Kill Media.
Yeah.
That studio, those devs can't even make feet correctly, and they expect to make a whole game and try to call out an entire community, several communities, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And then Jules said because of crunch time, I'm worried about that game for Intergalactic, talking about that. They're not promising The Last of Us 3, yet they went on and made a 3rd season of the TV show, which was abysmal at best. I don't know if there's a demo coming out for Intergalactic or not. I'd have to look into that. There might be. But that still doesn't account for, Xbox and PC are getting Subnautica too early. PlayStation isn't getting it, at least for a while. I'm not saying it's not going to go to PlayStation. I mean, it even went to the Switch for the first 2 games, in a bundle, no less. But, when it comes to Xbox, you really can't compare, because, again, like I said, PlayStation has put out more games this generation, and Xbox had a horrible 2022 ever since COVID in 2020. Let's make no qualms about that. There was serious lack of content. They had 3 games.
Yeah, about a couple of years for sure at the beginning of the generation.
We got Elder Scrolls 6. We're looking to see some of that. They just announced Divinity the remake
Divinity.
or remaster or the next entry in the series of the main line. Um, and that's not including everything that was shown at the Game Awards and, like I said, everything that's up and coming. So when Xbox puts out 19 first-party games this year or last year alone, and they said that they're going to put out more games, and we know that at least 6 of them are first-party IPs. They had Grounded 2, they had Avowed, they had South of Midnight. They had so many great bangers. Doom, The Dark Ages came out. Outer Worlds 2. And
Yeah.
anything that's third party like Square Enix or Borderlands, those are multi-platform, so they're everywhere. So who cares? You play them on your Xbox, you play them on your PlayStation, you play them on your PC. Hell, even some of them now you can play on the Switch too. I'm ecstatic that the Switch is even getting games, but their hardware is already 5 years out of date.
Mm-hmm. Which
And
brings me
they're
to
obviously running the worst.
to a thing though, like, and this is something that I was speaking about it yesterday. So with Simone and Duna, and I wanna ask you how you feel about, like, do you think this generation is gonna be like the longest generation we ever seen? Like, in the sense of like tradition, like the generations are usually like 5-6 years. And now it looks like the PlayStation 4 has like the longest like support we ever seen in the older generation. And now with the introduction of next generation, it feels like this one is going to continue to go on and on. And I feel like it's going to take a lot more for people to move towards the next generation.
Well, you don't. You have to remember that the Switch, Nintendo, GameCube, NES, and Super NES, and the 64 had extremely long life cycles as it is for Nintendo. They don't put out powerhouse hardware, even though their GameCube was more powerful than the PS2 in technical speaking terms. They just didn't have the capacity for the discs. They went with the mini discs. But that generation lasted long. And Nintendo didn't put out a new console because they were also simultaneously putting out handhelds. So Nintendo by far has the longest running generations. The Switch one, is still selling, and that is already 10 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Nintendo doesn't give a damn about that. They're gonna sell regardless, which is why, like, it brings to my attention that a lot of people didn't even care about the power like that. Like a lot, like at the beginning of the generation, everybody was speaking about pixels and resolutions and FPS, and that sort of like died out. Like after we realized that after a long time comparing both consoles, they were literally the same shit, and there wasn't like that much of the difference. Now the PlayStation 5 Pro came out, so it's sort of like fed the conversation for a little longer. But after that, we now got Digital Foundry saying that their content is not doing good. They call it now Xbox content.
I'll say this. As far as this generation goes, okay, you have the Series S, which was like 264 megabits per second throughput. I can't speak right now. You have the PlayStation 5, which was, I think, like 504. And then you had the Series X, which was like 570 in terms of powerhouse. And then the PlayStation 5 Pro is only a slight bump, like 584. So yes, it is technically the best console now on the market 5 years into the generation. And you would expect the games to be running better on a hardware that came out later, right?
Yeah. I mean, thinking about it, this generation has been kind of ass. I'm not going to lie. We're still getting games that are 30 FPS, dude. Like
Hellblade 2, for instance. A perfect
example. And regardless of how the game looks, and I know it looks incredible, but I got to say, like, man, y'all got to do better, game developers, and y'all got to give us our money's worth, right? Absolutely. Because it's like kind of disrespectful that we know that these consoles are capable of running this game at 60 FPS, and it's possible because but it's just like I think a developer problem more than anything, and
And
it
now
goes
that
down
it's
to like
announced for
budgets. And
PlayStation, it's now getting a 60 FPS patch.
yeah, I mean it's always possible. The same thing happened with Black Myth Wukong. Can't come on Xbox because of the Series S. Well, and the same thing with Final Fantasy, and the same thing with like all this bullshit that's been going on when it comes to like ports. The PlayStation and the Xbox, and I think like this is why console wars are kind of dying. It's because
Mhm.
like they literally the same. Like you cannot show me a game that you can play on PlayStation and you cannot play anywhere else. Like technically, I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You can tell me you're gonna tell me that God of War is not possible on the Xbox.
Oh,
Like you're gonna
absolutely.
tell
Yeah.
me that? Like, come on, bro. You're gonna tell me that Halo is not possible on the PlayStation? It's literally the same shit. It's just a matter of like bring it over and how much do I owe you type shit, you know. But I mean, it's just like why I think that console warring and all of things is getting kind of boring because it's like okay, before it sort of makes sense, hardware was different and you could tell like
Mm.
architecture and all of that. But now you got Xbox and PlayStation both using FSR, which is like an universal feature for all the graphic cards. So
And
it makes me,
Unity 5.
yeah, exactly, and it makes me wonder, like this whole bullshit. Like at the end of the day, these all can do what they can do, and that's it. Like
And you know what the
technology is
funniest part
there
about that
now.
statement is, Demo?
Yeah,
You said it perfectly. Show me what technically or technicality the power difference between the two consoles are. Death Stranding 1 is a perfect example. They said that the Decima engine
yeah,
for Kojima and the Horizon engine were
yeah,
perfectly fine and usable on the PlayStation, and the PlayStation was so much more powerful that the Xbox couldn't handle it. Look what happened now. Death Stranding 1 is on Xbox, and it
yeah,
runs way, way fine. Whether
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
good game or not, that's still different. That's subjective. That's a Kojima game. Take it or
Yeah.
leave it.
So I believe that gamers with common sense would like educate themselves away from all the bullshit because like you choose to educate yourself with with I don't know, with the drinkers guy.
Oh, God.
What about this guy Reforge? Like you are gonna be put in a position that you might regret what the hell you're buying because you don't really know what the fuck is up. So I'm telling you, bro, from a point of view of somebody who, you know, love gaming, like it truly really doesn't matter at this point in age where you play. Like if you play on the PlayStation, you might be enjoying your gaming there. Matter of fact, all their plays, Call of Duty, is the same shit that they play on the Xbox. You could argue that. Now Steam is a little different, right? We've seen the games when it comes to the charts, there's some sort of variety, but it's also part of like Steam is a different community and it also got way more people. You know what I mean? So when you think about it, like it's just like everything is compatible with everything. There's really not a point to choose. At the end of the day, just play whatever the hell you want. And I'm gonna start the year on that note. Play whatever the hell you want. Stop doing the console war bullshit. Because at the end of the day, there's so much to talk about, like gaming and where things are going and how exciting the future is. Where you could actually have a conversation with an NPC. Like you would ask them, like, "Hey, yo, like, do you wash your ass?" Or do you get drunk in the bar? Like, where do I find this item? And can you take me here? Or maybe like you can even set up other NPCs, to kill them behind an alley or something. So it's just like the possibilities are endless. Gaming is growing, becoming a more mainstream, activity. Is finally being accepted in the mainstream media, and uh, at the eyes of everybody. It's not taboo anymore to be like, oh, I'll play games. And like, you get out of here, you nerd, before we put you in that locker. It's come to like, it became the cool shit to do oh, I'm good at playing Fortnite. I'm a beast. Like it became that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, I play FIFA, nobody can beat me. Like you can actually have these conversations, which we couldn't have in the past because it was like so taboo. I remember going out on dates and telling girls that I was meaning like, I play games and they would be like, yeah, well, I don't like gamers. We stay away from gamers and all of that. But now it's like, you know, females play games too and they be gaming, they stream, they do like so that sort of like became like
Perfect example, Jules in our chat.
yeah, Jules, shout out to Jules. And Panda, shout out to Panda, all the females that are holding it down for the gaming community. And there are gamers for real that play for real because I know there's one part of the community that all they do is show the cleavage and bait you nerds, to go watch them. But I'm saying, bro, like there's like I know some females that are crazy playing games and that'll fuck you up. Like, like they will like literally go hard playing. And you encounter them, right? I'm encountered, shout out to what is this girl name? She's a content creator too. She's my friend. She's from Dominican Republic. Man, I forgot her name, the name of her channel. Boy, I played with her Apex Legends, and she's carrying me. Like she's actually better than me. She's frying, and she's shout out to her. She's my good friend. I can't remember the name of the channel because I'm cooked right now. I'm live, but shout out to her. She's awesome, and she's a PlayStation fan as well. She's a PlayStation fan as well, but she doesn't care about none of that.
Shout out to Razor Ultron for the 2, saying Happy New Year, Demo Flow, and not to trust me for whatever reason I don't know.
Don't trust Power Boss. Shout out to come on, man. Power Boss is a shit, man. He's a good dude, man. Shout out to Razor Ultron. I see you también. Cold Classic. What's good, girl? Happy New Year. Y'all already know, same to you. Just exciting times talking about gaming. I feel like the vibes are there. We're set out to have an amazing year when it comes to gaming. And I'd include every platform in here because, I seen some shit that Steam got coming, Epic Games, got some interesting games as well. I've been playing this one for Epic right now, where Wings meet. I know it's on Steam as well, but the thing in this game is that you cannot delete your character and start new. So I had to log in through Epic to start a new character because I'm not gonna lie. When I first tried out this game, I was cooked. I was super sleepy, and I was like at the end of the night playing Call of Duty, and I was letting me cool off. Lies. I fell asleep with the controller in my hand. But I was like, these games, like I was speaking to my homies and they were saying that this game deserved a second chance. Like, go ahead and, try it out and see. Yeah, I know you would like this because I'm a huge fan of Kung Fu movies. And it's like, it reminds them of like the old school Kung Fu movies back in the day, like Tiger on the Shadow, the Eagle type shit, like, Jackie Chan, Jet Li type monk movies. All right. And I was like, okay, let me give it another shot because I thought it was terrible at the beginning when I first tried it. But then I tried it and I was awake. I was actually paying attention to the story, which is like kind of cheesy, but it just like sets you up so you can explore the world and sort of do whatever the hell you want, which is like the whole point. And bro, I've been having an amazing time. So I was feeling good. So I challenged this dude who you're supposed to be level 30. Like I just got out of the tutorial and I challenged like a level 30 boss. He fucked me up. Like you will see. I didn't know why I was thinking, but yeah, I challenged him because I don't care. I'm badass like that. But yeah, man, I've been enjoying that. And look, I don't know if you guys claim the games that, from Epic, where they were giving a bunch of freaking games. And I know they weren't the best this year because I'm gonna keep it real. Last year was better, but I did get a couple of games that I want to check out that I got from them. That one of them is Cassette Beast. I don't know if you tried. It's a turn-based, game similar to Pokemon, but like I don't know. It's kind of weird, kind of strange. Go ahead and check it out. Cassette Beast. It was on Game Pass. I didn't get to play it, but now I claim it on Epic, and I'm planning on jumping back on it. So yeah, man. Shout out to all of you guys. I see you. Let me see, chat. Let me see what the hell is that before we get into the actual topics. Power Bus. You had anything to say?
I want an Xbox where I can set it to switch dashboard themes to different Xbox generations depending on the day, Monday 360, Tuesday, Duke, Friday, Xbox One. So being excited for games without having to think about what platform it's coming to is more fun than exclusivity. And I think he hit it properly on the head with that.
Yeah, I have to agree with this statement heavily. And yeah, being excited for games without having to think about what platform is coming to is more fun than exclusivity. And it's like everybody gets to play. And a game like this, for example, where Winsmeet is not currently on Xbox, and it's like I got Xbox homies that will probably love to jump in with me. And as a result, this game would have more players. Not to mention that it's a free-to-play game that it needs the users. It needs the people to be playing and engaging with the game repeatedly. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And I just, can't wait to see a future where we don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore. Even if our channels die, like I put that shit before my channel. I was like, I'm looking forward to a future in which I don't have to laugh at you because you didn't get to play a game. Or I don't, you know what I mean? Like I want to play a game with a homie and then the game is not in their platform. Like I don't want that future for my son and for the new gamers. I want them to be able to be free and explore games no matter what platform. And I think that's the beauty of it. It sounds a little bit like romantic, but that's just the way I feel, man.
I just thought of something.
Yep.
With the RAM shortages, and the bubble is not supposed to burst until like February of 2028. With the fact that the next Xbox console, if it does still release and it's a quote unquote premium product, and they're supposed to make it really expensive because of that, but they're giving the benefit of being able to play every platform essentially because it's a PC.
Yeah, it will make the most sense. And that's what I say. It'll make the most sense to also get a PC if you think about it. But the next Xbox will be sort of like a PC at the
Do
same
you
time.
realize that PlayStation's only going to get to play what Xbox gives them? PlayStation can't play Steam.
Yep.
And Xbox is not only going to be able to play Steam, they're going to be able to play their own games. They're going to be able to play any PlayStation game, whether it's on Steam or not. But especially if it's on Steam, because they're just going to be playing the Windows version of the game more likely, which should optimally run better. Whether or not the hardware itself can run it better, yet to be seen, but supposedly it's going to. If they stick with their release schedule, even though it may be like a $2,000 console, God forbid, hopefully it's not. But what is going to be the benefit of getting a PlayStation? Because even the Nintendo Switch 2, you're going to be able to emulate that on the Xbox. So unless you already have a PC that is better than this Xbox console, like I know Cassie just spent $5,000 on her new PC. She really spent some money. You just upgraded your PC.
Yep.
But
I built a whole new one. Yeah, and that's one of the things.
For somebody like me, for somebody like Archangel Nexus, for somebody that doesn't have the latest and greatest PC,
right?
The console may still be for me. So
right, I agree.
Yes, I can spend all that money and upgrade my current PC and get that performance like what you just did, or or I can do both like I usually do and get the upgraded PC and get the consoles.
Right. I think
why am I going to spend more and get both consoles when the one is going to be able to play everything?
Exactly. So before, people used to get the PlayStation, the Nintendo, and the Xbox, right? That was the standard. Back when the Xbox One came out, Xbox 360, everybody had a PlayStation, an Xbox, and a Nintendo. Whether it be a Nintendo Wii or Nintendo DS or even the GameCube, who cares? You had a Nintendo. So I feel like this is going to simplify all of that, right? And instead of you having to go ahead and buy all of these systems, you can only buy like either the PC or the Xbox, and then you have access to everything. Because you think about it, next PlayStation is probably going to be like what, like $600, $700, somewhere in that range, I would say. Maybe even higher, depending. We'll see. But let's throw this number out there, right, Power Boss? And then the Xbox is probably gonna be around the same price. Then you got Nintendo's $500. You think about it, you're spending about what, like you say, like like $2,000 in all your systems. Not to mention the peripherals. Not to mention the TV that you need to get you a TV to take advantage of everything that VSync and all of that. So if you think about it, right? Like if you just get you a PC and a mid-range monitor, you can get 1440p monitor all there for like $600. You might even be saving money on the long run because how cheap it is to buy games on PC.
Well, let's also not forget that NVIDIA just announced come like the 5th or 6th, they're going to be raising a $2,000 GPU to $5,000.
Yeah.
5090s or the 50 series, I think.
Shout out to Classic. She said, "Can't wait to see what happens next with Steve Machine." And I'm gonna tell you this, girl. I was watching Up to Gaming because they do have a lot of they do a lot of content. Up to Gaming is a competitive organization. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but I really like watching them because they do a lot of things game related. They do Halo tournaments with the roster of pro players, Call of Duty tournaments, whatever game, Counter-Strike. Like it's cool, it's crazy. And they were doing like one of these things that they do, and they were rating the things that you can get from the TikTok shop. And one of the things that they had a whole streamer set up for $100. Wow. And the computer that they were using was a computer that was $220, and it was running Call of Duty Black Ops 7. And I'm like, okay, hold on. You gotta be smart too on how you spend your money and your needs as a gamer, because Powerballs, you don't really need to be getting a $5,000 PC to enjoy gaming. Right. I was extremely happy with my 3080, which you can get you a build with the 3080 like extremely cheap right now. And I was extremely good. I didn't need to upgrade. The reason why I did the upgrade, there you go, you don't have one. The reason what I did the upgrade is because I knew what was coming with the RAM, and I knew what was coming with the components. And I was like, if I do it now that I have the choice and the money, if I wait, it might become more difficult because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I had the cash, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I don't really go to strip clubs. I don't really drink. I don't really party. I don't really, wear expensive shoes or clothing or, my only habit is gaming. So I'm like, I don't hesitate to spend money on that because that's literally the only thing that I do for myself. That I'll go out the way and I'll be like, okay, shit, let me go to a store and get me a controller. I don't even go out there to get me shoes anymore like that. I buy them when I have to, but it's not like, oh shit, let me get them the last Yates. Like I'm not like that anymore. So I'm like, okay, but I understand why some people have other priorities, and also the how simple it is utilizing a console. Not everybody wants to learn how to use the PCs. A lot of people, for the most part, gamers, they just want to go plug in and play, which is super convenient. Look, for example, I'm so glad that I have an Xbox because during the holidays, I went and spent some time at my mother-in-law house. And my brother-in-law that lives with her, he's a young kid, right? So he has a PC setup, 4070 Ti or something. He said it's cool. So, but I brought my Xbox, and I hooked it up next to him. We were gaming, playing literally the same games right next to each other. It was a vibe. Now, I couldn't bring my whole computer if I was, you know what I mean? It would have been a mess. I mean, I could, but you don't really want to do that, So it's more convenient for me to grab the Xbox and take it. And let me show you something because I actually posted on Twitter. Y'all got to follow me on Twitter because I bait these ponies like crazy.
I saw it.
Check it out. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm going to show some here. And I got me some nice fish from the from the water. Check it out. I'm gonna share my screen right now. And I'm gonna make it bigger because that's how she likes it. So I did this post. I just packed my bags. It's gonna be a fun New Year's Eve. I packed my Xbox, my controller, and I got Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I packed those two games only because I do have Game Pass and games in my hard drive already installed. You know what I'm saying? So I just pack those two extra because I wanted to do some 1v1 with my brother-in-law in these games. And then you go to my comments, somebody like with the positive vibe, well, you had it, bro, cool. Somebody say Infinite Warfare is my favorite Call of Duty. And then somebody said, why are you throwing your Xbox and controller in the trash? I know they're trolling, right? And so look who's here. Japan hates Xbox. Shout out to him. He replied to me. And he said, no do or Doritos. Did you forget your coloring crayons or diapers? Like, he's literally calling me brain dead. That's literally what he's doing. I wasn't trying to bait nobody. I was just like showing everybody, I have a Twitter following. And
I mean, you clearly
what I
see
was
that's
up
not a
to.
trash bag; it's a backpack.
It's a backpack. It's not the best backpack because I could really give it shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. But I have an Xbox and my controller in there, which is a nice controller. He didn't even bother to look at my Razer, Wolverine, whatever. So fuck him. But if you look at it, like everybody with positive vibes, and here come the ponies. You know what I mean? Trying to offend, which is funny. Just thought that I would share with you guys what this pony's been doing.
Apparently, somebody reposted that too.
Yeah. Also worrying during the holidays, bro, is not a good look, bro. It's disgusting. And it's just like kind of
annoying. The tip of the iceberg. Oh man.
Yeah. Then it's one of our topics though. But before we get into that, let's get going with the show because I think we did like a big parenthesis at the end. And let's talk about who in the fuck won 2026, man. And look, we gotta bring the facts to the table, right? And we are being straight up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did a poll. I don't know if you guys are doing it. Let me see how the poll is going here on YouTube because I do have to go to YouTube for this. I have to get out of
I can read it. So right now you said who won 2025? Choices were Steam, Xbox, Sony, or Nintendo. So far, Xbox 73%, no votes for Sony, no votes for Nintendo, and 27% for Steam. And you know what? That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I would think that the reason I put Steam in there is because, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't, as a platform, Steam is not just Steam. Like, if you have Steam, you definitely have Epic. You are in the PC ecosystem. So I should have just put PC, right?
Right.
But it is literally the same thing. But I would say, man, that Xbox as a game developer had an amazing year. You got big steppers like Obsidian bringing out 3 bangers in a year. Grounded 2.
Rigged.
Avowed and Outer Worlds 2. And I think that was a huge part of Xbox success this year, Obsidian. We also got the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake that was very successful. We had Doom, the Dark Ages, that I thought that it was a very enjoyable game. Then we got South of Midnight, which, it's not my type of game, but it was well done, artistically. You can argue that it might not be like the 10 out of 10 game, but artistically, I think the game had some motion. You have beautiful art style with unique, environments, and the whole thing with the South. I was digging it, and I think it was like a good game overall. Like I said, not my type of game, but it was a good game overall. And then you got all the Xbox Game Pass they won that they were like, successful, like, Wu Chang, that seen a lot of people, playing that game a lot, and so on and so forth. There's too many to mention. We got Ninja Gaiden 4, which I know are, effort by Xbox of bringing back the Ninja Gaiden franchise with, Team Ninja and, Koei Tecmo. And it's just like, it felt like Xbox was putting work. They also got Gears Reloaded. They were putting work. It looks like, but like when you go to PlayStation and you think about what they put out, it's not even comparable to be in the same conversation. They have the Stranding 2. They had what is it, like a Soul? What is this, the Souls game that you were talking about? There was like the Chinese game that they only had it.
Oh, Lost Soul Side.
Low solo side.
It's more of a hack and slash anime style game.
Yeah, no. I think the game was alright. It's not no shade. I'm just saying it just didn't feel as huge as Xbox year, right? Then you have Goso Yote.
That game alone was 10 years in development, most of it by a single dev.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the last like 2-3 years where he actually got, people to come in and help finish it up.
You know what happened? They were glazing the shit out of this because it was a PlayStation. Because PlayStation, had the branding or whatever.
And it launched day one on PC.
Yep, exactly. Helldivers came to Xbox as well. I forgot to say that.
Yep, that is true.
And it just feels like, they just did their thing this year. Now, when it comes to Steam, I think Steam did their thing as well this year. I think it was amazing. The only one thing that I would say, though, about Steam is that they keep changing the way shit is in there. And I'm not liking it because it's like, every time I go in, it's like a new update to the UI, and I'm lost looking at shit. I like, lately it's been like that, been kind of lost when it comes to Steam. And it's like, because I do spend sometimes without going on Steam and vice versa, because I do play some games on Steam, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes I'm just playing a Steam game and I'm not going on Xbox. And then the other way around, and depending on what game I'm playing, I don't be checking out the store or anything. So when you are off for a week or something, and then they do a new update, you're like, what is this part? And it just gets a little bit confusing. I think like if they could just settle in one, like no one is asking for no changes in there, keep it the same way, I could care less about it unless something comes up. And I think that's the only issue. Like Xbox, on the other hand, they've been doing a lot of like improvements when it comes to like, the software and how the, operating system works. They did with the Rogue Ally, which is also another part of, of Xbox this year that came out, the Rogue Ally, which is like, hardware that came out. And then if you think about it, PlayStation felt empty. Nintendo had a console release, so I feel like they're doing fine, but they are scummy. And I think that they are probably the most scummy out of them all, if I'm being honest.
I can see that.
Yeah, but they did have games. They got Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart. What is it like they have now? Like another Metro Prime.
And they're about to come out with Yoshi.
Yeah, I feel like Nintendo fans, they cover their bases with Nintendo bringing a new console, regardless of how you feel about the price. The fans were looking forward to it, and the fans spoke because they actually went ahead and bought the thing, which is like undeniable at this point. And then, there's PlayStation brings you like 2-3 games and everybody's applauding and clapping their cheeks because, they selling consoles. But it's like, okay, yeah, but you already have a console. So for the people who have the console already, how do you get in your dopamine hits? Like how? Like tell me, like playing third-party games, you can do that shit in the Xbox. Matter of fact, you can do that shit on your phone.
And now
you can do that shit in an old laptop. Just get you GeForce Now, and that's it. You'll be playing games at a better resolution and FPS and shit that you can do in console, and you're doing it off the cloud, literally. Okay, so guys, I think in my opinion, when it comes to like the ecosystem, Xbox PC was the place to be in 2025, honestly. And if you are new to gaming and you're thinking about, getting into gaming, I totally recommend you to if you got the motion, if you got the money, you got the mula, get you a PC or something that that you're going to have for a while, because there is no telling where these components are going to go. And consoles, they're here now, but about next generation, like I'm already living it. What is the next console gonna do in comparison to this one that this one can do? Is it gonna go to? Are we gonna get 144 hertz games?
I don't see so.
I don't think so. I think we're still gonna go to some 30 FPS or 60 FPS games. You know, 60 FPS is a standard for these consoles. God damn it, guys. 60 FPS is the standard for these consoles. Are you guys like listening to that? 60 FPS? Like you tell that to somebody who's been playing on PC for a while, we tell the 60 FPS. I don't ever
And
use that shit.
they also forget that PS1, PS2, original Xbox, and the 360, 60 FPS was the standard.
Exactly. So where's things going? It's just like, okay, I get it. Your resolution went up, but like, what's
Dropping
happening to the
30
FPS?
was appalling.
Yeah, because they sort of like went backwards in the PlayStation 4, Xbox One generation. It was so much about like how great the game looks that they forgot that you also have to play the game and all this delay and you know what I mean, and blurriness and all that. It just makes it clunky and not that enjoyable. Having a smoother experience is better, which is why you have PC players lowering the graphics to be able to achieve more FPS because it smooths out the experience, guys. So I don't know what the next generation of consoles is going to do. My guess is like what Xbox is doing is great. I feel like they're moving in the right direction. They know that power is not going to cut it, especially now with the prices. So they're not thinking so much about power, but about accessibility and what features your console have that makes it worth it. Now, on the other side, PlayStation, I mean, there's rumors that they were trying to do the same thing, but they're gonna have to like get Windows if they want to, because I mean, they could do it with Linux and get Steam, but it won't be. It will be like a dumbed down version of Steam. They wouldn't get like the big, the standard version of Steam that you can play multiplayer games or whatever.
Technically, with Linux, there is no one definitive version of Linux because every single version of Linux distro is different from the last very distinctively. It gives you a lot of freedom between the systems. But PlayStation has always been on Linux as a base operating system anyway.
But here's a plot twist. Weren't Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond saying that they wanted Windows to be the biggest gaming platform? The plot twist is PlayStation start using Windows so that they can keep up with Xbox because they want to have Steam and they want to have Epic and they want to have all of this. Check it out. Think about that.
What the funniest about that would be they would lose complete backwards compatibility playing.
I mean, that's the price that they're going to have to pay.
Yeah.
While Xbox doesn't have to make any sacrifices for it. So again, it's just like they put themselves in a position of power to be able to dictate where things are going. And I feel like I love where things are going. Like imagine, like let's go back to 2022 and the Activision deal doesn't happen. Okay? But Xbox is like, you know what, fuck it. We can buy Activision, but we can buy EA. Or we can buy, EA just got purchased. So they could have just easily bought EA and be like, you know what, FIFA or whatever the hell they're doing right now is going to be exclusive. That's the game that they wanted to play. They wanted to play the exclusivity game, and they don't even allow Xbox to compete like that because if Xbox do it like that, it'll be a monopoly. It'll be crazy. Call of Duty, you don't get Call of Duty, you don't get Fallout, you don't get Elder Scrolls. Think about it. It's just like
why they bought ZeniMax is because Skyrim or not Skyrim. Starfield.
You don't get Diablo, you don't get StarCraft, you don't get the Blue Dragon, you don't get a bunch of freaking games that they could just be like, you know what, we're not gonna share, and you need to buy an Xbox. But they decided because they were pushed to a more multi-platform approach, and now as a result, we are enjoying the benefits. You ponies are enjoying the benefits because let me tell you something. If they were allowed to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they would have done it, though. Make Call of Duty exclusive, I don't think. And I always said, like, I don't think they would have done it. But if they would have done that and made Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox, like the matter of fact, mindshare is already Xbox because, rent free for sure. But it would have gone crazy because regardless of how you feel about Call of Duty, it's the number one, number two most played game every freaking month. And I know what opponents are gonna say. They're gonna be like, but it's Black Ops 6 and Modern Warfare 3 and all of that. Yeah, who cares? They are the most played game, and it's a fact. And even in games that have a bigger what should I call it? Like, right now doing really good, like our graders, it's like they can't even compete with that. It's crazy. If you look at the charge, our grader is like 8 or something. And Call of Duty is like 2 or 1, depending on the month. So it's just, it's just a lot. And if you think about all the baggage that Activision, ABK have, like Overwatch, imagine Overwatch being exclusive. I know it won't have any fucking value, but it will be like, wow, like now I need to get the damn console to play Overwatch as you were an Overwatch fan back in the PlayStation. Like, how many games are you gonna like deny? Call of Duty, all of this, and like, bro, even games like Outer Worlds. Imagine if Outer World was exclusive. Imagine if like they never had the hope of getting Starfield.
If
That's
Xbox
crazy.
ever decided to back away from their multi-platform strategy, their
Yep.
portfolio is so damn huge.
Yep.
They literally would have a corner on the console market.
They'll guide you by the balls.
Nintendo has their IPs, their Mario, their Zelda, their Pokemon. And let's not kid ourselves, Pokemon and Mario are two of the biggest franchises, in the gaming space, period.
Yeah. Shout, shout out to Code Classic. I see a comment. Say Japan. Oh shit. Oh, we got like a 45 in the house. What's going on? We say F all the ponies. Yeah, man. I'm like, honestly, it's like, okay, the PlayStation fans at this point, the hardcore fans, they just need to be educated. And they just like been listening to the wrong people. We're saying like these people just like follow Nib or follow Dreamcast
Brad,
guy or listen
Reforged.
to Reforge and all of that. And it's just like they keep on like repeating what they hear, but they don't really know. I seen a comment down there. I don't know who made it, but I think it was Razer. Shout out to him. And I think he said, I love going from my Xbox to my handheld to my PC.
Yeah, I saw
to my
that.
cloud. Right. Shout out to our comment. Can't find it right now. But it's like, motherfuckers don't know, bro, how that feels, Power Boss. People don't know how convenient it is to go. And I'm playing here on my PC. I got my Xbox in my living room. I'm tired of playing on my PC because my neck or my fingers hurt because I'm typing and all this like bullshit that people think that PC gamers go through, which is not true. It's probably the most ergonomic way of playing. But anyways, and I go to my sofa, sit down, play on my Xbox. I got tired there. I want to get some fresh air, but I want to keep playing. Grab my handheld or grab my phone or my tablet or my fucking VR, go to the backyard or go to the patio or balconies. I have a hammock. I love to lay down in my hammock with my headset and just like, you know what I mean? Just play games in there, chilling. And it's just like so convenient. And also, if you go somewhere else, you can log in with your account and play as simple as 1, 2, 3 if you have the service. So it's just like so convenient that people don't understand. It's like when the first time that you show your mom a touch phone, like how she reacts, is like, what is this bullshit? Nobody, I'm not gonna be using that, bro. I'm comfortable with this, da 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 da. And then what happened? Everybody uses the same now. What happened with automatic cars? I remember, like, I drive a stick. I'm still driving a stick. I'm one of the few ones that know how to drive stick in the world. Like, that's a skill that's been long gone, long lost. And what happened with that? People thought that if you drove stick, right? The conception was that your car was faster, and it's
Like,
the
go from
opposite
0 to 60
way.
minutes.
No, that was back in the day. Now transmissions are so fucking advanced that it's just like it doesn't matter. You have to shift your gears, and that takes time. And the other dude is just hitting the gas. That's it. It's only gotta go straight. While you have to do all these things that give you like fucking tendonitis and shit, like switching gears and shit. So what I'm trying to say here is, bro, like at the beginning, people are gonna be skeptical, but eventually they understand what's best for them. And I think that's what Xbox is doing. They're just pushing like a new wave of gaming that might look like indecent, right, to some, but right, because people want things to be pure. But I mean, we also got to think about the future and how we make this sustainable. If you think about it, which is why
Yes.
the implementation of AI is so important. And we're seeing it now with like everybody want to blame Xbox and Microsoft and all these new companies because of AI, but your Xbox already is using AI. Your PlayStation is already using AI. What do you think the piece it is? You know, like I don't really get it. Why everybody's like so like they treating AI as if it was herpes. But the fact is that AI is everywhere, dude, and is you crying about it is not gonna make it any better. It's
So
just,
I don't
I
know
don't
if
know.
you saw a demo about a week or so ago. I got so upset about everybody calling E33 AI slop or everything is AI slop.
Yeah, that was bullshit. Yeah, so why why
And
why can't you motherfuckers make a better game with AI? AI is
I
for everybody.
I went on a 16 long tweet
Nah, I'm not even gonna waste my time, bro.
and I was depicting exactly why you cannot say there is a difference between anything that AI of the past to AI of today. It is all the same basic thing. It is algorithm differently. That's it.
That's it. What I'm trying to say, man, is like, okay, I don't like things that are like made with AI like that, and they're like, like they look weird and shit like that, but it should look good, man. Like you gotta look at the future and the possibilities, the possibility of playing a game. And I'm not saying this should be the way, but I'm a consumer, okay? I'm not a worker in the industry. It's like, you don't care how you get your tomatoes, right? You get your tomatoes. Like you don't care. You might care about the process. Like I don't want my tomatoes to be like, baited in some pesticide that is gonna give me cancer or some shit, right?
Right,
But
right.
but if you get your tomato and they're good, you don't care about like how they got it, like who broke their back to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just literally the same thing. And I care about the art and I care about the artistic aspect of gaming. But you seeing these budgets, bro, they're going crazy. And I'm not saying that they should do this to cut their budgets. I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Cut on some other shit, you know, and have these games be made organic, but just people don't know how to act. And people, for the most part, go to work and don't do shit. And AI will pick up the slack. And that's what they're doing. And that's what they will continue to do. And I don't like it, but it's a reality and it is a fact. And if you watch movies, there's a lot of fucking AI going on in movies right now. You just don't know because you can see it. But all these special effects, back in the day, people who had to go in the computer and do some crazy puzzling maneuvers, like you know what I mean, with their that doesn't happen anymore. Like people, like literally, like everything is AI. The way that you eliminate the background from a picture, that's AI
So,
actually
question,
doing it for
Demo.
you.
Are
Mhm.
you familiar with the old television show Hercules with Kevin Sorbo?
Say what?
Are you familiar with the old Hercules TV show with Kevin Sorbo?
Hercules and Xena? Is
Yeah.
that it? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, watch that.
A number of years ago now, like maybe
Yeah, that
30
was from
years,
the 90s. Yeah.
like 30 years ago, I went to Universal Studios. And in Universal Studios, they had set up the entire production of how to recreate a scene. And they used Hercules as an example. And talking about how when a horse is on the screen, that they have this little the hoofs and they would clip clop on a table to make the sound effects, or how the computer generated images where it was showing an army on the screen. It's only like a handful of about 8 people copied and pasted, mirrored on the whole screen, CGI'd. And literally, that is all AI is doing. Now, the only advancement is AI has gotten sophisticated enough where it can control every individual one. We lost Emma.
My bad.
I was just wondering what happened. But they had all the instruments, and not all of them were like the actual instruments. Some of them were like a washboard, to make a sound effect. And it's simple things like that. They had an entire production that could be literally made with 2 people.
My bad.
No, you're fine. But like I said, they made an entire episode of 30 minutes long in about the span of 10 minutes with 2 people. So again, AI is a tool. It is not the end all be all. Is it more sophisticated now where one person can do the job of many? Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
facts.
been for years, literally years.
Yeah, I'm saying like I don't like it in the sense like, of course I want a handcrafted world. I want, artists to go and, express themselves, and these developers to, to go ahead and be able to portray their ideas the way they want it. And I don't want this to become like like a thing where me or you, Power Balls, are able to go ahead and make a gaming AI and post it online and make money out of it, because that'll be crazy. I mean, that'll be a great opportunity. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it would have sort of like watered down what the art is. So we don't want it to get to that point, but we definitely want them to go ahead and utilize it in a way that is beneficial to us gaming, as long as it is not chipping out or utilizing it in the wrong way. That's what we're trying to do. But shout out to Classic. She said good output from Xbox, awful policy, pricing, and consumer communication. Yeah, we have to include that here too. The price increase of Game Pass was a thing that I didn't like. And I cannot like talk to anybody that is like, okay, I love that shit. They should like make it $40 now. No. Like everybody hated that shit. And it sort of like made Game Pass lose a little bit of like, momentum.
I think they dropped about 5,000 subscribers or 5 million subscribers.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people didn't like it. I was one of them. I still have it though, because I do believe that it's still worth it to me. But at the same time, I can see why some people would like, be on and off, right? And I would definitely do that, man. If you're trying to save money, be on and off. Get you Game Pass Ultimate the month that you're gonna use it for real, and the months that you are more busy, caught up with school, work, whatever. Like just use the standard or core or whatever, or just don't buy your games. I mean, and the thing is, like, at the end of the day, Xbox still gives you the opportunity to buy the games if you want to, or if you want to utilize the service, you can do that as well. Even if you don't like to buy the games on Xbox, you can do it through different stores. So that's what I like about them. They're not tying me down to you need to buy a box to play my games. They're more like, okay, like if you're a fan of Xbox, you get to enjoy Xbox. But if you're a fan of PlayStation or Nintendo or something, you definitely gonna need to get the hardware, and that makes it less convenient for me, right? Because I've said it here many times. If they were selling like Zelda or Donkey Kong or a game like that on Steam, I would definitely buy it, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like it'll be cool, right? And the same thing for PlayStation games that are like, not on Steam or not out there like that. That are just exclusive to PlayStation. So I mean, that's just the way I feel, man. Um, we got Lycos 45 here in the house is saying, I just beat South of Midnight the other day. The last chapter should have been a chapter for how short it was. It was short to you, bro. Nah, man. I actually found it like, like decent. Like, look, when I play a game like South of Midnight, I'm not expecting to play the game for 30, 40 hours. I just want a quick 12, 8 to 12 hours. That's it. More than that, it'll be overstaying is welcome for sure. To search for games much easier and get popular games their own page and see it verified. Oh, that's what she's talking about, the Steam stuff. I mean, to me, the
Mhm.
updates kind of do help to make it look cleaner and visually better. Yeah, I do agree with it, but sometimes it's just like, what is this section that I used to go? This was my go-to section in the store. You know what I'm saying? And now it's not there, and you're like, damn it, like, where did I put it? And you find it, but later, and it's just like inconvenient because I mean, time is money, man. We got Cole Classic saying the big three very effectively chased me away in 2025, and I had to agree with that to an extent.
Yeah, every one of the big three has had something this year that has really turned off every sort of a game. Something.
Yep. Even if you're a super fan, you like the Game Pass prices. It's like the one thing
Game
that
Pass prices, Nintendo's increased to $80 games and overpriced hardware for what you're getting price to performance, and then PlayStation with the lack of output of their games other than what Xbox is drip feeding them.
In addition to modifying the PlayStation 5 so it has less storage and sell it to you for the same price, and it's still faulty. And that's another reason people don't talk about. And I feel like this is sort of like taboo, that if you own a PlayStation 5, guys, let me know on that in the comments. If you own a PlayStation 5, let me know on that in the comments. How many of them have you bought because yours broke? Bro, like, I know people who barely play the PlayStation who have bought like 3 PlayStations because they literally have issues. And I don't know about that, but like, let me know. Like, the quality, in my opinion, is not that that good.
Now, let's not make any mistake. When they finally got the ABK deal completed and they had already acquired ZeniMax the year prior, we knew that there was going to be a price hike coming, more than likely.
Yeah, but not that steep.
We were all thinking it was only going to be no more than $5, but they
$3 to $5.
They completely raised it 10 out of the gate.
Yeah.
So, are they expecting another price hike for the hardware? Probably. I can see the ROG Ally handheld going from 1,000 to 1,200 to even 1,500 if you haven't bought one already. And the cheaper one is going to go up probably by about the same $200-300.
Right.
The consoles themselves are probably going to go up, $300 to $500. But they don't care, because if you haven't bought one 5 years in, you're not going to.
Yep.
Unless it's literally that much more feasible and cheaper than getting the new Xbox Magnus. But you might as well just get the Magnus at that point. But again, it's going to be cheaper and easier to build a PC. Even if the only thing that you're waiting on is the hard drive and the RAM, and maybe the GPU, you can still get everything else on the PC cheaper.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Lycos 45. He said, "Hell yeah, them or Drive Stick too. It's the best, bro. I love driving stick. It's the best feeling because you feel like you're in control. But when you're in the middle of traffic and hitting the 305 shit get thick, like, man, like, it's not a fun time. But on a Sunday morning, I turn on the Mustang, and it's just like, it just feels right, dude. It feels like I'm in, like, one of those movies, old movies, country movies, and you see the dude riding in the road, listening to his music, chilling, looking at the scenery and shit. It makes me feel like that, man. It's the best. Eternal D87 in the house saying, with the price of gaming these days, we might all have to take loans just to game. Dude, look, think about it, bro. Well, actually, I did take a loan for gaming. I had to put my monitor in a firm. I got it in a firm. It was an extra $800.
Mm.
I'm like, shit, like I'm not gonna drop that cash because I might need it for later. I'm gonna go ahead and do a firm, and a way I pay, monthly for like 6 months, and I don't have to drop the beat money right away. Shout out to Zena. I see you saying hi to Paul Buck. Shout out to you. Mr. Xbox 5009 in the house as well. God damn, man. What's going on, guys? Classic Cage saying what they need to do is code down in dev time. I do agree with that. I feel like games like GTA are taking way too long, bro. And I know it had a big budget and all that, but it's like, what the hell y'all been doing, man? Y'all had like 10, 15 years to drop this game, and it's like, where is it coming? What else? Like, I'm scared of this game called Deca Police on level 5 statements about the use of AI scares me.
Let's also
Yeah,
not forget when it comes to GTA that Rockstar has also been working on other games in between the full dev cycle.
yeah. Look, Jules says my PS5 is still going strong, thankfully. But that's the thing. The first PS5s were good. It's just like the different updates that they received, they were like chipping out on components to make it way less. And that's what like you get stuck with these new versions of PS5 that had less storage than the ones that you already had, like the fat one that it first came out. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the stick drift, I get that shit in all controllers. It doesn't matter. You can get a controller out of the box. It'll have stick drift. That's just how it is, man. Hey, John Dreads, the artist in the house, man. I did afterpay for my roguelike. There's nothing wrong with it, man.
No,
There's really
absolutely not.
nothing wrong with it. But it's a reality and a conversation that we need to have because, I mean,
Let's also not forget in Japan,
you
the
shouldn't.
PlayStation has the region lock console. So does the Nintendo Switch 2, where both consoles are cheaper, even though it's region locked to only Japan. And on top of that, they also have the layaway plan system for both. The Kelowna loans.
Yeah. Hi. Well, let me go ahead and finish this poll. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, so we got the results. And yeah, Xbox. Okay, can you say Xbox wins the year 2025 with 78%? Then we got Steam with 22%, and Sony and Nintendo didn't receive any votes. There was 18 votes though. So yeah, you missed your chance to vote. You can talk shit now. But guys, let's talk about like a situation, man. Come on, man. Come on, y'all can do better, bro. Sony PlayStation fanboys console warring during the holidays. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
I caught at least 5 myself.
5? I was like, I have a bunch of receipts here, bro. I gotta
I was
actually
too busy playing games and spending time with family off of Twitter that
yeah, like I don't really get it, bro. Like December 31st, like check it out. Like I'm gonna share my screen. What is going on with this, bro? December 31st, you got a grown, bold person kissing a PS5 of celebrating the price increase for computers, which are definitely going to affect PlayStation in the long run because, I mean, guess what PlayStation uses as components, computer parts. This is like the most illiterate shit I've seen. Besides Japan hate Xbox comments on my post, but this is like, come on, man, stop it. Get some help.
all the time.
Get some help. Check it out. Check it out. Like you see how, bro. These guys are just look. This guy's a new Japan hate Xbox that I seen him
Oh,
around lately.
I've been arguing with him in a couple posts.
Don't be wasting your time. Look at the 2026 roadmap for PlayStation. Wolverine, Satos, Neo 3. Wow, I just found out that Neo was a PlayStation game. Okay. Phantom Blade Zero, God of War 2.5. Like, where did he get this information from?
I saw God of War.
Marvel took on, okay, like it's not even a PlayStation game. Cold Violet. I don't know. It's crazy. And look, when he put the PlayStation, the Xbox games, he does this and he ignores all the other games that are gonna come out.
Fable and Gears have not been announced for PlayStation day one, like he said.
No, it's just crazy. Halo day one on PS5. I give him that.
Is.
Yeah. Forza Horizon 6, they don't know. It hasn't been announced. We got Fable. Heavily rumored for PS5. We don't know because
nobody said that.
This game is being developed by the Xbox, right? And then later it might get a port for the PS5. And that's the way I think. Gears of War E-Day coming to PS5. I don't know, bro. Y'all go ahead and think what you think. But nothing is guaranteed that is going to PlayStation right away. Y'all in for the rude awakening, bro.
And to Jules's point, talking about Phantom Blade Zero coming to PC. So from his list, Wolverine doesn't have a date, and it's likely going to be delayed because it's already playable on PC as it is already.
Yep.
Okay, it's an early build from the leaks way back from Insomniac. Sorrows is to be a timed exclusive before it goes to PC.
Yeah, Satos, Returnal 2. How popular is Returnal?
Which, to be fair, it looks like it takes everything Returnal does and does everything better, just like Death Stranding 1 to Death Stranding 2. So I'll give it that.
But that's expected. That's expected.
Neo 3 is multi-plat.
Yeah.
That's coming to Xbox and PC as well. Phantom Blade Zero, PC day one. God of War 2.5D, I've seen one small snippet for that.
I don't even know if this shit be real, bro, because they never showed it.
It's played like the latest Prince of Persia entry.
But
it's Kratos with God of War. Marvel's Tokon, PC day one. Code Violet, that is an asset flip and a half.
And even with all the games that he posted, 7 games that are coming to PlayStation, I'll still choose Halo, Forza, Fable, and Gears anytime with any of those games. That's just like, and I think a lot of people, the one game that probably people flipping will be like Wolverine and God of War. But aside from that, like the other games, they literally have no motion.
Now, like Phantom Blade Zero looks to be pretty good. I'll admit. It does look good.
We don't know.
But he's also leaving off Starfield is getting the Terran Armada DLC. He's leaving off State of Decay 3. He's leaving off everything that they're about to show within the next 2 weeks. He's leaving off the entire June showcase that they announced that there's going to be 72 games in the lineup just launched this year alone. And that's not including how many of them are going to be in Game Pass alone. And he doesn't even have any proof that no more PlayStation games are going to come to Xbox either.
Damn. But there you have it, guys. PlayStation is carrying the gaming industry with just 2 games in 2025. Wow.
Yeah.
Listen. It is what it is. This will be my last PlayStation. Thank you, Herman Souls. Thank you, Hiroki Totoki. Thank you all for fucking up the brand. Well done. Fuck off.
Damn. Okay. Nice carry. I see you guys. I see you. Holy crap, man. He's Saturday at his best, man. I got more bookmarks, bro. It's crazy, bro. There were so many, bro. So many. It's just like, check it out. Look. We got your favorite one. We got your favorite one.
Oh, Lord.
He says, Xbox, I get $1 Game Pass and all these free games. Xbox get forced to PC because they kill Xbox. They like actually I went ahead and stabbed Xbox. Xbox migrants. I get to pirate games for free and get free online. AI about to kill PC gaming. Karma is a wonderful thing. Xbox will pay or leave gaming. Totally deserved. And then you got 46 assholes liking this post. And it's just like, what is going on here, dude?
Oh no! Did you see that he made a post prior to this one that he said, "I have a right mind to unblock every Xbot if you want to apologize to me."
What?
I was about ready to say, if you unblock me, I am going to curse you out 6 ways from Sunday.
Yeah. And bro, you're not gonna believe who else is who's been console warring too, bro. And this is kind of like,
Oh, I believe it.
It's kind of like, bro, it's the fucking holidays. Like, shut the fuck up. Let me go ahead. Okay, so oh no, hold on.
What in the absolute? I don't want to be saying that.
They posted this making fun of Sean Layden where he was talking about the multi-platform approach. That shit was funny as hell. I thought I'd share with you.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, it is really disturbing. But goddamn, bro, I got it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and find it. It's just like kind of hard to kind of hard to go through all the bullshit, right? It's kind of hard.
Jules, you and me both. I have no idea.
Let me see. Give me a second, Pal Boss, because these orders are fucking crazy. Let me see. Damn, I can't find it now. But just in case you don't know, Digital Foundry, what it was called during the holidays, console warring. I was gonna make a video about it, but I was like, if I make a video about console wars during the holidays,
Digital Foundry, no.
Yeah, they were saying the Xbox content wasn't getting watched.
I'm being sarcastic. I saw it. Him and Jess going back and forth.
Yeah. So they're literally saying, I don't have the post here. I have to look deeper into it, but they were literally saying that Xbox content wasn't good, and that they were thinking about like maybe not doing Xbox content anymore. Then Jeff Coden added to it that he wasn't getting any motion in his articles about Xbox and all of that. It's just like, if you think about it, man, I think I know what it is. Because I didn't boot market, I actually screenshotted it and posted it to my thing. So I actually did a post about it. But let me see. Hold up. Here it is. There it is. I found it. So people can have an idea of what we're talking about. So here it is, Alex Battaglia from Digital Foundry, and he's saying, looking over the year, our coverage of Xbox titles and videos almost feels like it is getting harder and harder to justify from a work return perspective. Very little views there, even little views there, even for titles that you think could draw them in. I wonder what the future is there. And then Jess says same, and we literally only covered Xbox from a gaming perspective, doing far more traffic on Steam Deck, which is wild. Okay, so the thing is that Digital Foundry content, right? Like we were speaking earlier about like how the power narrative didn't matter as much now. So nobody was looking at like, 60 FPS, and everybody's pretty well informed about what these consoles are capable of. So when they go ahead and buy a console, they're not looking at, let me watch this Digital Foundry video to see and determine which console I'm gonna get. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. And that's just the truth. It doesn't matter. If your PlayStation do 5 FPS over an Xbox and vice versa, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't move the needle. It doesn't make any sense. And people are realizing how all this clickbait shit that they're doing is like make like what makes you think that people who like a platform want to watch your content in which you are constantly bashing that platform? Like people like notice because I mean they probably were subscribed to you during the Xbox One generation. They listen to you,
Mhm.
and they now subscribe to you during this generation, and they be like, "Oh, hold on, wait a minute, this isn't click. Like, what the fuck is this?" And they realize the narratives and the bias that you have and all that shit, and as a result, your content, you know, doesn't get and not to mention that Xbox gamers now, like, Japan hates Xbox and, the generic area, they say we've been pushed to PC. Well, in PC, you don't really need digital foundry for what? Like, I'm doing 360 hertz in my computer. The
Yeah.
hell I said about a shadow that Alex Battaglia found in fucking RoboCop. Like when I'm running the game at 244 hertz, like you see, like it became obsolete because nobody's like looking at breadcrumbs anymore. We're looking at full pies. We're looking at the whole cake. We're getting all the benefits of gaming, whatever the fuck you want. And nobody cares about this shit. Like literally, console war content in general is dying because
Yep.
it's not even fun anymore for people to make it. Like, go and watch console war channels or people who engage in that or the conversation, like Alex and all that. He had to like stop talking about PlayStation fanboys like that, and he's got into some other more important topics because it's like, who else is the same 2, 3 ponies that talk the same shit? The one says and then the other one repeats, and at the end of the day it's irrelevant because who cares about what other people think about where you play? And it's just like eventually people get bored about like, oh, my console is running my games better than yours. For how long are you gonna continue to do that? Like now the question
And
is like,
my PC runs it better than your console, so
imagine now, Powerboy, if I go and tell you, bro, like, fuck your PC Powerboys because I have a 5080 now, I can talk shit on you. Like, that's the most dumb shit I've heard.
exactly.
And that's exactly what's happening with the console war. And people are waking up to thinking like, wait, hold on, wait a minute, what are we doing? Like, we're destroying each other instead of like building up and trying to come together as a community and enjoy gaming. And there's so many, like, look, there's so much information about gaming and games coming out. And I could literally have like 2, 3 hours with you guys showing you games that I've seen on Steam and that I've wish listed, games that I've seen on the Xbox store and I've wish listed, games that I heard about and dissecting and seeing what this game is about. I could spend a whole freaking hour talking to you about Call of Duty and how to get better. I could spend a whole hour here talking about how great Outer Worlds 2 and go through with you and explain to you what some of the quests meant to me and, the enjoyment that I got out of that game and so on and so forth. That I don't really have the need to go ahead and show you
when
this.
it's time to buy the games, when it's time to support the devs and do that shit, motherfuckers disappear.
How
Shout
many
out-
times? Yeah, shout out to him. But how many times are we going to do the same shit? It's got to change, Power Boss.
I want to say this, okay? When they want to say that their console is better than a PC, and then you look at any console game, be it Xbox or PlayStation, that has been ported to Steam or the Epic Games Store or GOG or just a straight up PC release like Diablo, right? When you look at the highest fidelity graphics that the consoles can push out, and then you look at the specs of what the Steam charts or Epic or whatever says that the system requirements are recommended for, those recommended are the highest the consoles can do. And I can guarantee that my 2060 Super that I have in my PC is still better than every recommended spec that they have.
Yep.
The only thing that I have less on is RAM, and I have 16. I've got a 16 gig GPU. I have 16 gigabytes of RAM inside my computer. I can easily
Yeah.
upgrade that to 32. I pay through the nose, but it is what it is. But I can still
Yep.
run basic settings better than anything on a console. Now, in the difference between me to you,
Yeah.
okay, we can both play the same game and have the graphics on an older title that maybe needs like a 1050 graphics card for recommended, and we can turn everything all the way up. We're going to be running at the same resolution potentially. We can run flawlessly on the game, no artifacting, no shimmering, full shadows, everything on the maximum possible settings. And the only difference is yours is a later model and better streamlined with frame gen, that you can run it at a higher FPS than I can, but it's still not going to look any different.
Yeah, we're getting to a point that not even like between generations of graphic cards, you can see that much of the difference.
And that's true too.
So, like, if you think about it, my 3080 was running games flawlessly. I think the only game that I really had an issue with was Borderlands 4. But then again, the 5090 had an issue with it too. So it's like it comes down to optimization. And that
And a
car
perfect example of that is Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's just like the whole power narrative is getting to a point that is like, okay, yeah, you can get something that looks better, but this one looks good too. And it doesn't really make that much of the difference. It's like, okay, like you have a Lamborghini, so what? I have a Mercedes. It might not be as fast, but it's still good quality. I got leather seats, and the you know what I mean. It's nice too. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, So it's just like you don't have the best, but you have some competent hardware that can still run games decently. And I think like the whole conversation is getting to a point that everything is so similar and there's like so level that they're gonna have to like switch up and be like, okay, now we're gonna start, instead of like pitching the same console to with another for like 5 years, switch it up and maybe speak about graphic cards and CPUs. And I think they're gonna have to spice up their content, and the same way that I think the us content creators have to spice it up here as well. So I don't think that I could create content the same way that I did last year.
Speaking of people creating content, if y'all want to see something hilarious tonight, stop by Oh No It's Alex's stream, because he's doing his cosplay for hitting 100K.
Oh my god, he's gonna go so viral for her. Shout out to Oh No It's Alex.
This week and next week he's got Cammy cosplay and 2B from Nier Automata, and he's gonna be in costume for the whole stream.
Oh my god, yeah, I gotta stop by and see that, man. That's crazy.
Want to laugh, have fun.
Yo, 6 Lane in the house, man. What's going on, player? Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys and happy holidays. I know I wasn't around a lot. It's because, like Powerball said, holidays are the time to enjoy with your family and sort of like, just do you, bro. Like, you don't need to be out there like spreading negativity. Like when the holidays are all about like, like positivity, like what can we do next year to do better? How can I improve as a human being? And I think that's the thing. Like, we're gonna get assholes, right? On both sides, on all sides. There's just PC players out there who are crazy. There's Xbox guys out there who go hard and they're crazy as fuck. And likewise with the PlayStation and Nintendo dudes. So all I gotta say is, man, look, be nice to each other, dog. I'm still gonna be cooking ponies for sure this year, but I might not be cooking as many ponies because let's keep it real. They facing extinction at this point. There's not that many ponies out there, only a few.
And I'll stay my asshole-ish self, and I hate everybody equally. So
you hate everybody equally. Yeah, man. I love playing games, bro. So I've been playing a lot of games. I've been playing this one with Winsmith. I've really been enjoying the combat. And it's just such a great, it looks insane, dude. It's beautiful. Like, and I think this game is interesting because they cheap out in the cutscenes. But
Okay.
when you go in the actual game and look at the environment, it's like extremely detailed and everything is so nice. You can see. And bro, it's just like such a great experience. I'm happy that I'm playing something different away from like multiplayer, like Call of Duty and stuff, because you do need time to chill. The other game that I've been playing is Evil West. They added it back on Game Pass, so I jumped back in there because I didn't finish it the first time around. But I'm almost done. I think like I got like one or two more missions to do, and I'm done with that game.
You muted yourself, Demo.
I'm sorry, that I've been playing High on Life because they added it back into Game Pass, and the newest High on Life 2 is coming in February, which is gonna
Yep.
be one of the first day one Game Pass drops, which makes me wonder what the fuck is going on and where are the January games that haven't been added. I haven't seen no games added for January, not yet. I haven't really looked because I've
I
been
can see
away.
them holding off on January,
Yeah, and
and
popping off in February.
they're gonna do a whole slew of announcements of what's going to be added during the Xbox Dev Direct. I think.
I think that I think so. So, but in the meantime, I'm paying $30 for Game Pass, so they better make it worth, for me to come back and play games this month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I need to see the value each month because I mean, I don't play with my money. That's just how it is.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've been playing Call of Duty, of course. I'm Master Prestige level 1, about 200 already. Master Prestige 200. I've been sweating hard. Um Getting better, improving my aim and working on, little nuances in my gameplay, trying to get better.
I've been
Um
playing Dome Keeper.
oh, okay. How's that?
Uh, it's a unique style game. Basically, there's a dome on the surface of a planet, and you have to go down and dig below for resources, and you have to balance between the time you spend down below digging for resources or being up in your dome fighting off the enemies, like old command missile command from like Atari days, uh, or old arcade games. Um, you're muted.
Oh, I say nice. I say nice. Yeah, you go. My
I've
bad.
been playing a little bit of Grounded 2. I jumped back into it. I went back and I completed the DLC for Expedition 33. It took me 6 hours to beat the boss. And mind you, I was able to beat, the super secret boss in 3 hits. Flawlessly at that.
Wow.
And it took me 6 hours for this dude. But I beat it. I got gifted for Christmas by Cassie, a man eater. So I was gonna see about getting together with a couple people and maybe trying that out at some point. Gara gave me the season pass for Digimon Time Stranger, so I'm gonna go back and boot up my game file for that so I can play that. I've been modding my Skyrim, and I'm gonna be doing that for both Fallout 4 and Starfield.
Nice.
Jumping back into both of those, I tried digging a hole. It's a game about digging a hole.
Yeah. My brother-in-law been playing that one. He told me about it because it's like hands hurt because it's been playing a lot of Call of Duty. So and he needed something chill to play. And I was like, bro, like give it a rest. But he wanted to keep playing, so he started playing that game. It's about like clicking. You have to click and dig a hole, which is like
Yep.
funny.
I jumped back
Yeah.
into Balatro a little bit and
Oh
Brotato.
shit, yeah. Nice. I like Brotato a lot,
Oh
actually.
yeah, it's fun. Let's see, what else have I been in?
Yeah.
Minecraft, of course. House Flipper,
Minecraft.
Ball X Pit, and Clover Pit some more.
Clover Pit. Yeah.
Tried a game called Monsters Are Coming Rockin' Road.
Hmm.
You build
Oh.
basically a castle that's on wheels, and as the castle auto moves through the stage, you're a little character running around killing monsters, chopping wood, hitting rocks, collecting gold, and bringing it back to your castle for upgrades. And it's also a roguelike like Vampire Survivors, believe it or not, just done a little bit differently.
That's some crazy shit. But yeah, man, gaming is being lit. I've been having a great time, and I can wait to continue gaming for the rest of the year. I think that now when I get off a stream, I'm gonna play some Call of Duty because there's an event going on that I haven't finished. Like every week they have like an attachment to unlock, and this time around is for the AK-27. And I'm not missing this one because it literally turns your AK into like a scar. It's called the scar barrel or something.
Nice.
So it'll turn your AK into like a slower firing weapon, but that pucks a whole lot more punch.
Okay.
So looking forward to grinding that one and unlocking. And then I got Evil West to finish and where wins meet. And possibly gonna be playing some rematch tonight with my friends because the game received a great update, and I think it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So check it out, guys. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Looking forward to see what the hell is going on with Game Pass, man, and what they add. The last
gonna
game
be
they added is Barbie, and I'm like, bro, really? I'm not Barbie, but Bratz, and I'm like, really, bro? Like, who in the hell cares about that? But whatever. Yeah. There's
I'll
something
just
in
be
there for
playing
everything.
games for the next 4 to 5 hours till Alex starts up, and I'll be there.
Yeah, I actually got Banishers on queue
Nice.
after I'm done with Evil West. That's the single player game that I'm gonna jump in.
Okay.
And I've been playing Kill It With Fire too. I don't know if you like that one, Power Boss.
I downloaded it. I haven't tried it yet.
It's actually super fun, dude. So it's a game about killing spiders, and the spiders are like the dude is literally works for a company that all they do is kill spiders,
Okay.
and you use like fucking shotguns and guns and shit to kill spiders. It's just like so freaking ridiculous. But
I did try
it's just
a
like
demo.
funny.
I did try a demo called Dark Switch. Basically, you are playing like in a treehouse where it's a city builder, but you're trying to fight off the darkness creeping up on the ground coming to you. It's really, really weird. I haven't quite figured out how to do all of it yet. There's also Exsanguis, which was shown off at
Mm-hmm.
the last PC game show, and that game is like you're playing like a vampire drenched in blood or something.
Yeah, and look, I wanted to show you guys a game that I thought that it was very interesting, and I discovered. I think it was on my way to my mom-in-law. I was like looking YouTube videos and shit, and it popped up like the trailer, and I'm like, oh shit! Like, how come I didn't know that this game existed? And it's from like the creators of like Doom and stuff. Like they collaborated with some other people, and check it out, bro. I actually have it here. Hello. Yeah, man, I always, yeah. It's called Defect. Have you heard about this, Power Boss?
Defect?
Defect. Yeah. Let me go ahead and share my screen, show
familiar.
you guys, because I thought that game looked freaking amazing, dude.
Sounds
so check it
familiar.
out. So check it out.
In the system, there are no cops, no judges, only executioners. What is justice without the just?
I don't want to get copyrighted, but
Okay.
it is
Looks
like
it has some unique things to it.
it's like it's based on Just Dread,
Yeah.
the movie. And it's sort of like a Gears of War, sort of like in the first person. Check it out, because they do show a little bit of a gameplay look like this. And it looks
Okay.
like very like in corridors and halls and shit, like very like close quarter. It reminds me of Gears, and it's looking cool. I want to play this shit.
I remember seeing this.
It looks brutal. I like it. I like the colors, the cyberpunk aesthetic, and I don't know. I'm just vibing with this game right now.
And it looks pretty smooth too.
Yeah. So look. There's so many games to play. It's incredible, man. It is incredible. So there you have it, guys. I think that's a show. We've been here for what, like a couple of hours.
Probably.
There's probably gonna be a lot more things that we can talk about, but I think this is where we're gonna cut it up.
Uh,
And bro, a pleasure to be here, Power Bones, man. What the hell's going on? I heard something about you going back to streaming. What the fuck is going on with that?
yeah. Now that I got this hard drive and I can separate all my game files over to that, so I have more internal hard drive space. I'm going to reinstall my streaming software sometime within the next like week or two, and yeah, I'm going to start getting my own streams going back up soon. I don't know which day I'm going to do it yet.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. But yeah, I got one more thing for you guys before we go. I think I better show you here. Let me see. Where the hell did I put it, bro? Cause I'm a mess. I don't got shit ready, and I forgot to put this in the the games. I mean the things that I have for the media that I have for today. But I guess that I'll show you guys a little bit. Just give me a second while it downloads because I didn't have it ready. That's kind of a annoying. I'm supposed to have it somewhere in here, dude. So, hold on. Videos. Let's see. No, is it here? Ah, okay. Yeah, I got it. I got it. It's right here. I'm so dumb sometimes, bro. Because it's like when you are doing this like live streams, it's just like everything is so overwhelming, right? That sometimes it's like, where is like the stuff that I had ready here? And what is it? It's like here. Let me see. Goddamn.
So many anniversaries of things next year.
Oh, here it
But
is.
you know what I found out,
Like
Demo?
Shotzi, that's why they call me.
I'll say what?
I'm 2 years older than Bethesda Game Studios.
Congratulations, man. You're great.
They
That's not
turned
too
40 this year.
bad.
Blizzard
that's
turns 35. Halo turns 25.
Hey, man, you are here, bro. Like, you know how many people are not here that wish that they were. So getting old is nothing but a blessing, dude. It's just like that just means you're making it, man. You're doing it. So let's just hope that you can get to the 150th birthday with Bethesda. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we were trying to stay alive, bro. So yeah, I was working in the studio for a little bit, so I came out with a little song. So I want to do a preview here with you guys, and here it is.
I be moving like Shotzi, that's why they call me a demon. I got flow, I got aim, and you can find me like Nemo. Sliding around the corners, finish you up with a pistol. I got you and your homies, match your facing like a chisel. If you go negative this match, I got you on order of tissues. But first you gotta run away before I pull out the veto. Raining terror from the sky, we about to call it nuke. We came from behind with the mentality of Hugh. It's gonna give me the knowledge to blow you up with a nation. We've been grinding like FOMO, pa joderte la fiesta. Let's go! Yo, CDL! Yeah, hey!
That's it. If you want to listen to more of that good shit, man, stay tuned, man. Because we're gonna be grinding this year. We're gonna try to get super creative. I'm going in hard with the music. I think that I like it. But instead of like cooking and making these tracks to Sony Ponies and shit, I think I want to do something more positive and speak about or sort of like sing about the games that I enjoy and gaming in general, celebrating it in a positive note. And I think that's what I'm coming from with this year. Coming with the good vibes, positive, and let's see how it goes, man. Let's go with the flow like I usually do. And man, hey, if this is a great time to follow Power Boss, okay? Because he's gonna be back to streaming, so go ahead and follow him. And amazing dude. Shout out to him. Thank you so much for sharing. Stream with me and let everybody know where they can find you and what you're gonna be doing today and the rest of the week?
I'm always going to be here with Demo whenever he has a show, and I'm not oversleeping, playing games up too late at night. I'm going to primarily doing like gaming streams, something usually pretty chill, like Magic the Gathering Arena. I can play StarCraft, League of Legends, things like that. But primarily games where I can relax and enjoy focusing on chat too.
Right.
On occasion, I may do a gaming stream of something like really intense, of latest and greatest of something that came out like Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yeah.
I don't plan on doing Salt streams too much. I'm going to leave that to the Salt community. I enjoy being there, and I'm not going to take content away from them, even though there's plenty of content to share. Especially if you're looking at giving a different take than somebody else's view. But I have a chat bot that you can play games with. I stream on Twitch, and I re-upload to YouTube afterwards. Eventually, I will simul stream on both. I'll do call-in shows maybe once a week where, I'll give you a link. You can pull up in a browser and just like StreamYard, even if you don't use StreamYard, Twitch has its own version of it. So, we'll be able to pull you on, clean mic and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm just going to be playing games. I'm going to jump into Outer Worlds 2. I'm going to finish up Digimon Time Stranger DLC. Just going to keep playing games. Just wait to see what comes up. And I'm looking forward to the Xbox Dev Direct, whether that's next Friday or the following Friday. I don't know which.
Is it coming soon, right?
I know it's within like the first 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know which day it is direct. I'm trying to find out. They did confirm it, and I saw the date, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. I can't wait to cover all of that. I can't wait to get into what's new with the gaming news and little things that I have planned for this year. So man, catch you guys on the flip side. I see you on the next one. It's your boy Demo Flow checking out. Shout out to chat. Shout out to you guys. You guys been amazing. Love you all. See you next time. Gotta go.
See you. No, it's Alex.
Peace. Tonight. Yeah, see you there.
Yeah,
Ra, yo Chico boy, Ra, hey, Demo Flow Gaming,
boom, boom.
I'm back. Ra, Ra,
Boom, boom, boom.
Dice, yo Chico in the house, papi, dale, yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over there.
Yes.
Ponies over there. Yeah. Ponies over here, ponies over there.
Yeah.
Ponies over here, ponies over there. Ponies over here, ponies over there. Ponies over there. Ponies over there.
Ponies over here, ponies over there. I smell caca, ponies everywhere. They don't play no games, only do their console sales. It's because ponies ain't got shit to tell. Ask about the best, but I haven't played. That's what I hear the ponies tell me every day. Ponies be so silly, but I had no pity. They dissed us for the decade, but now Xbox leady.
Now they got no games, karma is so weird. You wish that on Xbox you even volunteer.
Instead of play with Smith, filled with PC ports. Third-party games saying you're your pony love. Waiting for Forza that's almost 5 years old. Copying for remasters, damn that shit is cold. Do it for the plastic and all the pony blow. That's why Sony got you spending all your dough.